Have you ever questioned why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer? It's a question that has puzzled economists, sociologists, and the average Joe for years. The answer lies in the ever-increasing wealth gap, particularly pronounced within affluent nations since the late 1970s. The wealth gap, in essence, is the economic disparity between the rich and the poor. It's like an invisible wall that keeps getting higher, making it harder for those on the lower rungs of the economic ladder to climb up. But what factors have contributed to this stark inequality? Firstly, we have deindustrialization. As industries moved from developed nations to developing ones in search of cheaper labor, many lost their jobs, and the wealth once generated by these industries began to shrink. This shift left a gaping hole in the economic structure of many rich countries, allowing a small elite to amass wealth, while the majority struggled to make ends meet. Next is the information and communication technology revolution. While it has undoubtedly brought about progress and innovation, it has also led to a digital divide. Those who can't keep up with the rapid pace of technological change often find themselves left behind, stuck in low-paying jobs, or worse, unemployed. Then, there's the decline in unionization. Unions, once a powerful force in ensuring fair wages and working conditions, have seen their influence wane. Without the collective bargaining power of unions, workers find it increasingly difficult to negotiate for better pay and conditions, contributing to the growing wealth disparity. Lastly, we have globalization. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has led to economic growth and development. On the other hand, it has increased competition, often leading to job losses and wage stagnation in developed countries. All these factors have played a significant role in the widening wealth gap we see today. But what about the poor? Why do they remain in poverty? Let's try to understand this by looking at the concept of the poverty trap. It's a self-reinforcing mechanism which causes poverty to persist. If a person is poor, they can't afford to invest in things like education or business ventures, which could potentially help them escape poverty. So they remain poor, and the cycle continues. This lack of investment in human capital, skills, knowledge, health, that's what keeps the cycle going. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. And this isn't just about money. It's about opportunities too. Without quality education, the poor don't have the tools they need to break out of this cycle. They're stuck in low-wage jobs, often with little or no job security. And then there's the issue of social mobility. The chances of a child born into a poor family rising up the economic ladder are far lower than those of a child born into wealth. The rich keep getting richer, and the poor stay poor. It's a vicious cycle that keeps the poor stuck in poverty, unable to break free. So, who holds the key to change this situation? Enter the government and politics. They play a crucial role in shaping the economic dynamics of a nation, influencing the wealth disparity between the rich and poor. Government policies can either widen or bridge this gap. Consider this: investing in education and human capital. By channeling resources towards these areas, the government can equip individuals with the skills and knowledge to break free from the cycle of poverty. It's all about creating opportunities and providing a platform for upward mobility. Yet it's not just about the policies, but also the political will to implement them. This is where politics comes into play. It's about prioritizing the needs of the less fortunate and making decisions that promote economic equality. The bottom line is this: the government has the power to change the narrative, the power to shift the scales of wealth, the power to ensure that the rich don't keep getting richer at the expense of the poor. The power to change lies in the hands of those who govern. So, what can be done to bridge this ever-widening gap? It starts with a shift in mindset and policy. A collective political will is required, one that acknowledges the gravity of this issue and is committed to addressing it head-on. Governments have a critical role to play in this. We need to see increased investment in education and human capital. The power of knowledge cannot be underestimated. It is the key that unlocks potential and opens doors to opportunities. But this isn't just about pouring money into schools. It's about creating an education system that equips individuals with the skills needed to thrive in this rapidly changing world. And the change doesn't stop at the government level. Society as a whole needs to take a hard look at itself. We need to challenge the systems and structures that perpetuate inequality and work towards creating a society where success is not predetermined by one's socioeconomic status. Remember, this isn't an overnight fix. These are deep-rooted issues that require sustained effort and commitment to address. But with the right measures in place, we can start to bridge the wealth gap, break the cycle of poverty, and create a society where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. Together, we can break the cycle of poverty and build a more equitable future.